Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Another episode of Building Muster Minutes live on stream. It's episode 41, I believe. And we're continuing on from yesterday, working on our ProseMirror transcription editor. We finally managed to merge our big refactor in yesterday, so we're going to continue working on it. We're going to actually start building the feature that I wanted to start building on the old editor before we decided to just rip it all out, So we're going to figure out what we're doing, how we're going to do it, and where we go from here. If I jump into some code, we'll jump in and see what we've got so far. We can go in and see this transcription here. And yeah, this is great. We've got in here, we can go in here and go Bob B or whatever, update to all of the speakers on the left-hand side. There's a few things I need to add in here. But today I'd really like to focus on the ability to play the audio and have it highlight the words as we kind of go through the audio. That's going to be the aim. There's a few things I kind of started doing some of this stuff before, but for whatever reason we never really got to it. If I go _form transcriptions, add that into here. Okay, we've got some stuff in there. There we go. Right. So, on space 1, we have our transcript editor controller. Space 2, we have our form. In fact, I'm going to swap those two round. Don't do that. I'm going to swap those two round. So now space 1 is our HTML. This is our form. This is what we're currently working on. We're going to add a controller in here, maybe on the audio, maybe on the, form itself. And it's going to track the audio. Space 2 takes us to the transcript controller, editor controller. We might have to do some stuff here. I don't know how much. Well, we definitely have to do some stuff here because we need to add in our plugin for our word marking, audio tracking thing. And I think this is effectively going to work very, very similar to how the speakers plugin works. We've got the speakers value, speakers plugin. I would kind of like to, I don't know, we've got these kind of separate controllers. Do I embed it in this controller and have this controller kind of grow in scope, or do I take a different approach? Interesting. It may be easier just for now to just do stuff in here, since we have to kind of feed it through here anyway. We'll see, we'll work that out. I think really the core of it is going to be a plugin, very much like the speaker plugin. So I guess we can look at the speaker plugin, see what we did there. The speaker plugin has some sort of state, and then it applies these decorations. We're effectively going to do the same technique, I think, for this. And yeah, we're going to have these decoration sets, and the decoration set is going to apply itself to, I think, in this case, the decoration set for the speakers plugin actually passes down the speakers. We don't need to do that. We just need to highlight a specific word. And I am kind of curious, like when you change the speaker, we do change some data. And actually something I can check. So one of the things that happens is I change the speaker here. It returns with a turbo stream response, and one of those turbo stream responses updates a dataset attribute on the form controller, which when that changes, when that value changes, Stimulus then updates itself to then reload all of the speakers to make sure that all of these drop downs have the correct things. And so one of the things I'm curious about in our network request, we should be able to see it, is when I go in here and add some text, what you'll see is a post request to update the transcription. Do I get that when I edit the speaker? Because I don't want it to. It doesn't look like it do, which is good. Yes, cool. And if I got rid of that, then there's transcription. Cool, so they are already kind of separated, so to speak. Nice. Which means I think this is definitely the way we want to do it. We don't want to be adding stuff to the state of the actual document, because the document is the document. This is more ephemeral in nature, what we're going to talk about here today. So I think we're going to effectively create something very similar to this. I think we'll just copy it, you know, we'll yank that there, and then we'll go space PV, and I guess we'll create a new plugin here, a new file, which can be Word highlight plugin, and we'll paste what we've got here. Now, how should we do this? Well, we kind of need to simplify what we've got here down. We don't have speakers, we just have the decoration set. We do have the time. So let's just run through how the plugin works. We have the actual plugin is defined here. Line kind of that is the plugin. Even, you know, here to there. Not sure why I missed maybe it's 24 or something, 27. Anyway, that's the plugin. About 30 lines of it. The plugin itself has some state and some props. The props are... The props at the bottom define the decoration set from the state. And then we have our state here. I think this prop must run this every time there's a change, because then it gets the new state. So this must run every single time, and that gets the decoration set that's stored in our state. And then our plugin state has an initialization function. And then there's this decoration set, which is effectively creating that decoration set here. And then inside of that set is a bunch of nodes, decoration nodes, with a kind of position, all those things. I don't need to store, I don't believe, the current time in the state. I just need to say, highlight this word, highlight this word, highlight this word. Like effectively, the audio is going to play and it's going to broadcast a bunch of timing information. And that timing information is then going to be sent to this plugin, and this plugin is going to be like, okay, like highlight the words. Your decoration set for highlights should be this space, you know. So I think we can get rid of this kind of concept of speakers going the wrong way. Don't know where I'm going. I think I might need to just quickly bring up the documentation for ProseMirror. Specifically the reference manual, I think. Decorations. Or maybe even, you know, we might just want to quickly, it's been a few weeks, we might just want to read the library guide quickly. specifically the section on decorations, just to remind us what's going on. You return values from the decorations prop. They come in 3 types. Node decorations add styling or other DOM attributes to a single node's DOM representation. So we do want to add to a single node. And here's an interesting thing. We're really looking at a specific text node, which is really an inline decoration, you know? Because we're really dealing with those marks. So, yeah. Interesting. We're going to be... What are we going to be doing? We're not inserting a DOM node. So widget decorations is a no. Is it node decorations we're trying to do? Or is it inline decorations we're trying to do? These are links, so I guess we could check those out. You know, we'll add those to our tab list. In order to be able to efficiently draw and compare decorations, they need to be provided as a decoration set, which is a data structure that mimics the tree shape of an actual document. You create one using the static create method and provide the document an array of decoration objects. When you have a lot of decorations, recreating the set on the fly for every redraw is likely to be too expensive. In such cases, the recommended way to maintain your decorations is to put the set in your plugin state, map it forward through changes only when you need to. And this is effectively what we kind of create with our speaker plugin. We have some state, we initialize, we create a bunch of decorations, and then we return that as a set. And then every time there are new transactions, we apply those transactions to the set through the map. We map our set to a new set with the changes in the document. The apply would also be where you add or remove decorations based on new events, possibly inspecting the changes in the transaction, or based on plugin specific metadata attached to the transcription. So that's an interesting thing actually, that adding or removing based on new events. And so we are kind of creating a new event, right? Down here we actually do have to set some data, and so we are kind of setting something, you know. This speaker plugin key is actually getting that. On the transaction. So we are kind of setting some meta and then dispatching that. Like we are just saying, hey, here's a new time. Beer. Okay, makes sense. I'm happy with that. Is it node or is it inline? Creating node decorations from and to should point precisely before and after a node in the document. That node and only that node will receive the given attributes. creates an inline decoration which adds the given attributes to each inline node between from and to. This specifically says inline node. And so I guess inline makes sense really out of the options here. Okay. Let's just go through and just do... We do create a new set here. I don't know if that's the best way of doing it. I guess so, because we kind of we want to remove and create the new one. Create new decoration set. Perhaps I just change that. Can I do space code change name? And then I can just change it down here, right? Create new decoration set. It's a nicer way of doing it. Space change name. I think we can just put plugin key or something. And then in here we can change inside the quotes. We can make this the highlight plugin. Word plugin. Highlight word plugin. We'll just call this plugin. I think we'll clear out the speakers. I think we'll change this to be timing. Current time. We don't need that. If time play time HTML audio update. Is it audio update? Update events. Time update. Current time. Time update. Fine, so I guess I'm thinking current time. Then we'll create a new for the current time. And then down here, I guess we can say something like that I words at current time. Okay, so we create a new transaction where we set the plugin key and we pass the current time, and then we dispatch that transaction to the view. That will then cause this to run, which will mean the current time has changed. This says if the dock's changed. I don't think I need that. I think this is doing the map, right? Delete 0. Guess I'll prefer the brackets around it rather than not. I guess this could be like current time. Word mark. Highlight plugin current time. E. Current time key. It's a bit weird how that works, but yeah, something like that. And then this bit is a mess right here. This bit here should be current time. That was the old stuff. And so now here we have to work out how to get the nodes, right? The inline nodes. So I think we do dock. I mean, here as well, I guess this is going to be 0. Like, I guess we need to work out what the current time is as well. You know, like, it's interesting. One of the things I could probably check is just... .7. That doesn't quite capture it. 1.65 or something. I guess we should be able to capture the first word, or if I can find like a random word that's a bit further in, like we're 7, like 8. Do 8, and we should capture that. If we did 8. And then we could do dot descendants node Oz. We'll just do that for now. You know, I think I want to just see what's in here. So we've got this plugin that we've kind of put together. Add that into here. And then we will yank that. Import that, import it as the highlight plugin. highlight words at. Okay. I guess I could do it like set current time. Would probably be nicer. Set current time for the view. And then this is the highlight plugin. Kind of don't like the word highlight here, like playhead marker or something like that might say make more sense. Time marker, time decoration, time decorator plugin. I don't know. We'll rename later once we have something. I think we need to find speaker plugin in here. Speaker plugin. There we go. Highlight plugin. You know, I think we are a function still, but I don't think we pass anything. Yeah, we return a function. So we should still do that, but we don't have to pass anything in just yet. At some point we might pass in the current time. In fact, we'll do that like initial current time. And then we go in here and we can have, this is 8 seconds. We're going to just start it off at 8 seconds. We'll actually have to load it in from the audio play marker, you know. We can do that later. And yeah, I actually think it's okay to probably do this in the stimulus controller rather than creating a new controller. We're effectively going to have one thing that's just going to update that's going to call the set current time. In fact, that's the other thing I should probably do, which is just create a little function down here on the window.update current time, which takes time and then sets the current time for that view, just to give me a little way of modifying it and calling it again. Okay, we'll come back here. We'll reload. We should have some stuff in here. Got a lot of nodes, got a lot of text nodes, and let's filter it down to the ones that have a mark type of word. Return if that's Ruby. If node dot marks and dot, it's question mark dot 0, isn't it? But if it's not equal to word, return. We don't care about you. Get out of here. You know. Otherwise, let's refresh. Let's see what that does. So now all of these should have marks. They do. The next thing we probably want to do is just say, okay, well, if the start is less than the current time and the current time is less than the end. If is that it, you know? Is that all I need to do? Empty text nodes are not allowed. Interesting. How are we creating an empty text node? I don't know what I'm doing here. So this decoration actually looks like it's deceiving. It looks like it should work. It doesn't. And that's because the start and the end isn't the position. Where's the position? We don't have the position. Huh? Because we needed the position. Now we refresh and it looks like nothing's happened. But if we highlight this and right click it, it has the class highlight. You know, and that is pretty good because it means we're pretty close. If I did something like BG yellow 200, for example, I don't think I've got yellow 200 in my code, you know. What was this one? Mango. Change inside quotes. BG accent mango. We like to mango. Where? Now, that's all well and good. I can add stuff to it. I can add stuff here. I can split the word. In fact, split the word. Oh, I should be able to add. We're manipulating those, but actually I think I do have to recalculate that every time. tr. changed. They now both have that information because of the way we've just manipulated it. They effectively both start at the same time, which is now confusing, but ignore what's happening right there, right now. Some of that stuff kind of expected. One of the challenges here this current time if we're going to do it on the doc change, the current time needs to be like set like here as well, right? Like or 8, because that was one of the reasons it disappeared when the document changed. If I did that, they should join and that's effectively how it works. Except I don't want to set this. So do I need to actually store value, initial current time, value, current time, value, current time, or plugin state dot value? Is that kind of how it worked on the speaker plugin? Plugin state.speakers, yeah. Get the new one. So what's weird here is this is always going to be true. There's always going to be a value now. So that's kind of confusing. I mean, this is kind of redundant. I'm curious as to what this tr.doc change does. So, can I find that? tr.doc changed. Doc changed. True, when the document's been changed, when there are any steps, which is effectively most of the time. But I guess we're kind of just saying this one's redundant. You know, like, why do that? We'll just do that.
Listen to me speak, but just say what you want. What words will you keep? The ones that cause us harm. You assume the worst, but that is yet to come. Because you caused it first, and now we've come undone. Caught up in trying to find a problem. Why do we lose our minds, ending us before we try?
I guess the other version of this would have been to do something that was a bit like new current time. New current time. See, I need to sort my them a little bit out. Kind of sometimes it's tab, sometimes it's control Y. I kind of like having tab just being tab. I need to have a look at that at some point. How about this? How does this look? New current time is its own variable. So if there is a new current time, then we'll set the value to the current time and we'll create a decoration set. If there's not, then this is always just plug in state.value though, right? In which case this can just be a new current time for that. But then we need it there as well. Change to their current time. Yeah, that works. What would be really quite cool, you know, at this point, perhaps, is to add our data action, I suppose, on here. Then we do time update. Highlight words at on. Highlight current words. So as the time updates, transcript editor should highlight the current words. trying to work out where to put this. Highlight current words. And this is an event. We'll change that. We don't want to just call that. We'll call set current time list.view current time. Target current time. Okay. So if I refreshed, you know, get all that updated, refreshed. Again, should be snappy. I don't know why it was slow. We need to do a bit of performance analysis at some point. We have to turn the volume down on this because I know it's going to be probably a bit loud. Highlighted. So, I mean, you can't really hear it, I suppose, because I've got the volume fairly low.
Ladies and gentlemen, award-winning.
Hopefully that's not too loud. That's okay.
We did it. We made it.
Oh, cheers.
But it's highlighting the words as we listen to the audio.
Andy, what was your favorite part of all Rails World?
It was just lovely to not have to fly across the Atlantic to a large river, or indeed organise one myself. So like,
Yeah, right.
I can just attend this one.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
You two spoke, which is
It's all right.
it's all right. You find you can only chaps can find it stressful.
Yeah.
I'm amazed Andrew's made it to this much of the conference.
Thank you, I think.
Actually, really amazed
Is
at
that-
Take
that.
that as a
Is
compliment.
that
I
time zone's working
mean,
in your favour? Is that?
We're 42
Me and
minutes
Sleep
in,
don't really
and
get along anyway, so
I really
fine,
struggled
I
with
feel
it
like
when
I'm
it was in
gonna
tip
cry
tap.
right now.
He
We
brought
had
up
so
Prime.
many random
Andrew's gonna
bugs.
cry
Because I thought I was gonna
mistakes.
flex on the
But
kid
this
here. I just
seemed
so you know,
pretty
I
solid.
cry.
Total Gen Z.
Yeah, I was going to say he's the youngest member. He probably even understands TikTok.
And if I'm in here and I'm like moving this around, I mean, I've gone to a random point, I suppose. 3 minutes 49. But yeah. I wonder if there should be some more, I don't know, like whether there's a better way of doing the... Perhaps I could give it like a window either side of the words. Or perhaps there's a transition as the class is removed. That could be interesting actually. Could we leverage CSS here to kind of do a lot of the work around some of this stuff? And so this just does the marker, but we need the actual thing here, right? To DOM. Add class to the span. So these all now have the class of words. Yeah. So what I was thinking here as well is that I have a ProseMirror. Well, there must be some sort of editor CSS. Yep. Got ProseMirror. Got Word. Transition. Background color. 0.3 seconds. Or even 3 seconds. And I just want to see how that plays out, you know?
This is
Sorry for the ear deafening. Again, bring the volume down.
Have you any remote idea?
That's not really. Perhaps if I set this to all.
To the meaning of the word?
We're live at the
Yes.
Rails World after party. Yeah, we can close the door.
Yeah.
And we're without
Chris.
our.
So this word here currently has the. Oh, interesting. Our span is a new element that's inside, but it's not actually affecting the word itself. I think we need the node, you know? I think that we needed to here not use inline, but use node. Like if we look at speaker plugin, what do we do? Decoration node, it's kind of the same. Let's try it. I think inline is kind of adding the new element. So I'm curious. Oh, because now I don't have any. Oh, again, sorry, I keep forgetting about the audio. Sorry.
this is remote Ruby.
So we're not getting anything now. Like if I refresh, there's no highlighting on there. I wonder if I have to manually apply the atters. Because I have a here to DOM. I kind of want to see if let's change this. Console log for args if the mark as a start for 8 seconds and end after 8 seconds. If I mean, let's just check what we have actually got in here. We've got mark, and then it's dot atters, and then it's that. So it's like got atters. Is that gonna just console log us? I think it's actually on 0. The first one is the mark. Okay, so there's our 3 marks. It just has the atters, it doesn't have any other information. Yeah. Perhaps I could change this to inline and maybe it will... Again, volume. Now play.
This is Reload Ruby.
So now it's... I mean, 300 seconds is fairly slow, but I think because... I get the feeling because I'm adding and removing those at the same time as actually adding and removing the thing that is changing the transition, I'm effectively removing the transition at the same time I'm removing the other thing, and therefore the transition's not going to apply because the rule's been removed. No, it's like instant. So that doesn't work. I wonder, I think node is probably the right thing. Pos and pos plus node size. Mark specs allow a similar to DOM method, but they're required to render a single tag that directly wraps the content, so the content always goes directly in the return node and the whole doesn't need to be specified. To DOM requires a DOM output spec, which is a string. A description of a DOM structure can either be a string, which is interpreted as a text node, a DOM node, which itself is interpreted as a DOM content DOM object, or an array. An array describes a DOM element. The first value in the array should be a string, the name of the DOM element, optionally prefixed by namespace URL and a space. If the second element is a plain object, it is interpreted as a set of attributes for the element. Any element after that, including the second, if it's not an attribute object, are interpreted as children of DOM elements and must either be valid output spec values or the number 0. And so what we're doing is, yeah, span, here's our attributes. I wonder if I get rid of this, whether that makes it work. I'm not hopeful. I've gone back to being inline at the moment, right? Yeah. So, go back over here, we'll change this to node. Delete to the comma, quote, whatever the apostrophe. So inline is the right thing, but inline kind of just gives us this extra span. Hey Bish, how's it going? Thank you. 2 months sub. I feel like it's been a while. Yeah, it has been a little while. I had to take a couple of weeks out. I was dog sitting for a week and the internet there wasn't good enough. My kind of family, I was dog sitting for them while they were away. And they'd got rid of their internet and they were getting fibre, but the fibre had some issues getting installed. So then I got Starlink there, and Starlink's not really good enough for streaming. So, and then I was away at Centre Parks for like a long weekend break. And then last week was just a little bit mental with other things that popped up. So I kind of ended up having 2 weeks off unplanned. But back now, working on it. Hope you've been well. Right, what was I trying to do? The node doesn't seem to work. Where was the... Is this the operations? I have 2 pages that are exactly the same. I want the library guide, decorations, add styling or attributes, much like node decorations, but all inline nodes in a given range. That is essentially what I want to do. Tash, how's it going? Hope you're well. Feels like things have gone from 0 to 100 real quick, but I'm blaming it on the curse of the leap year. Ah, yes. The leap year. There was something else recently that came up because it was like a leap year, but I can't remember what that was about. Pretty good. Got a tattoo on my thigh and it killed. Ouch. Went to work training, now just finishing my shift from home. Nice. Pretty decent. What did you get on your tattoo? What tattoo have you got? How's your life been? It's been alright. Been okay. Been busy. I don't know what I've been doing, but I've been busy. But otherwise okay. I just wish it would stop raining. I'm just fed up with the amount of wet weather we've had. I remember the date 2902 breaking some systems back in the day, and the miscount of 365 to 366 days. Date and time is horrible. I hate, like, I started building a calendar application a couple of years back. I was like, oh yeah, this would be cool. Like, and no. Time. Like time zones. It's just a mess. I designed it myself. It's abstract and based around the ocean. That sounds quite nice. Send you a picture. I'll check it out. I don't feel like there's I quite like tattoos, but I don't think I'd ever get one. There's nothing I feel like I don't know, kind of strongly connect to enough. Node or inline decoration? Node name, that's interesting. A set of attributes to add to the decorate node button. But non-null target node is wrapped in a DOM element of this type. Okay. Class. So I think class is what I'm already applying. Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I like the idea of having one, but at the same time I have no clue what to get either. Yeah, I have no idea what I would get. There's someone I follow online that's done like a around the world flight, private pilot kind of thing, and he has a nice tattoo of like a plane and then like a line that goes around his arm or something. I was like, that's quite cool, but that has like a specific meaning to a thing that he's done. I'm like, it just wouldn't make sense unless I did something similar. It's like, I feel like that if I'd done something like that, that would be the only like situation where maybe I'd have something that I'm like, yeah, I'll get a tattoo of that. Or something to kind of commemorate something, an achievement or something like that. That's pretty. nice mix of colours there as well. Like the bluey green purples. I can see the ocean in there as well. I've got 5 tattoos now, just keep adding them when I get bored. I feel like it's a thing for a lot of people. Just like once you start getting them and they just come like you collect them. So effects may have additional arbitrary properties. Decoration atters. When on no target node is wrapped in a DOM element of this type, and other attributes are applied to this element. I guess inline does make sense. They are inline elements. The problem I have is even when I set inline, it still says it's like an extra span. Also, why have all these spans lost the word? Maybe I need to -1 on here, +1 on here to kind of capture the wider group. Nope. That just does weird things. Maybe if this program ever took out, would you get a Muster Minutes avatar as a tattoo? I don't think I would, no. Yeah, I don't think so. ProseMirror decoration mark. Like I want to decorate the mark. There's one here that just says mark, but it wasn't in the other documentation. I imagine it's probably got a similar interface. Start, end, inclusive start, inclusive. Oh, okay. That's different in a different way. I'm confused as to what's going on here. What is this? Yeah, I should probably have explained a little bit. So I've been building a app on stream for capturing meeting minutes, or creating meeting minutes, I suppose. So it's called Muster Minutes, and if I go local host, yeah, we have this little avatar image. This is what Bish was on about. But the idea is you can record your meetings and then you upload your meeting to the platform and it will automatically transcribe it. So you get this transcription of the meeting. So I uploaded a recording and then it came up with this. In here you can go ahead and kind of name all the different people. So I can go speaker 2, this is Jeff or whoever it might be. or John, you know, or Jasmine, whoever it might be. And then you can also go in here and go, actually, as speaker free. That was actually Jasmine who said that. You can go in here and like type as well if there was stuff that the transcription didn't quite capture. And then when you're done with all of that, you can go down the bottom and click create minutes, and that will then, and this should work, but it'll generate the minutes based on what was said. Although there looks like there's a bit of a bug at the moment. That's because I have recently rebuilt how this works, so this is now broken. But it's generating a fake minutes based on some of that information. Oh, I didn't realise the ads were about to start, but where did, you know, where did our content go? Hello? Okay, fine. Decoration.marks not function. It's because I did this. I'll refresh that and fix it. So what is this? Because I'm looking at ProseMirror.net. This is not the same docs. Code mirror. So when you put their website looks like it's broken, but when you put www. You get a different website. Okay, fine. Anyway, weird. Anyway, what was I trying to do? Was the decorations. Creates a widget decoration, which is a DOM node that's shown in the document at the given position. Recommend you delay rendering the widget by passing a function to call when the widget is actually drawn in the view. Yeah, so cool. Is it possible to change the HTML attributes on a mark using decorations? I can see one can add a class to a node using decoration node, and there's decoration.inline, but this nests a span within the mark. That's exactly the problem I'm having. I want to modify the marked class so I can adjust its styling. Here's the use case. You can add comments, but I don't really care about your use case. I care about my use case. But it sounds like you're trying to do something similar to me, which is adding a highlight class to the DOM. I've noticed some issues, and we're not supposed to edit the DOM directly. I could add highlight attribute to the mark, but this would be synced to the collaborators and the system of the document. I want highlighting to be a visual indicator for one user. Any ideas how to achieve this? This is an interesting problem. It's possible that marked views may work here, but even with decorations, you should be able to programmatically apply a class. You get access to it in 2DOM of your mark schema. It's not entirely what went wrong here. You tried this as I'm expecting. No, inline decorations are drawn inside the wrapper. Add elements added for marked. You can't directly add attributes to those. So here is the problem. The span gets removed. And I cannot understand why they don't have the same thing as the nodes, because they are quite different in terms of the way they get structured and rendered. I could I can do something with CSS that's a little bit weird, but it will work. So this is going to add the class highlighted instead of the BG accent mango. Change inside here highlighted, or even just say like current words. And then editor CSS in here. So if the word also has a direct descendant highlight, is it current word? What did I just call it? You know, I've got a memory of a goldfish sometimes. Current word. It has a current word. We'll set the background, the var, color, accent, mango. So the word has the transition, and if the word also has current word inside of it, the background becomes mango. And now we're not actually setting the style on the span here. The color actually comes from the word, and then we targeting this with CSS. What that will allow us to do is when I click play, we should be able to set this transition, and I don't know why that's not working. We get it to the 8 seconds. Then I can I've set background color there. Let's just set all. Nice, okay, fine. So it's because I set background color, change inside word, all, 3 seconds. 3 seconds is a little bit too long. Let's just have 1 second. I'll refresh. I'll set the volume down low because it's a bit loud.
We're live.
Yes.
The Rails World after party. Yeah, we can close the door.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just try 3 seconds just so I can check it's working. It should be... I should be able to set the background here to red. Not buffered rendering. Background. Not on there either. Like, I don't know what's going on there. We want the word we're. Here. Background red. Again, I start typing red and suddenly I'm like moved in a different place. Anyway. This word here. Okay.
This is remote Ruby.
Have you any remote idea?
Again, I don't. Transition should be working there.
We're live at the
Yes.
Rails World after party. Yeah, we can close the door.
Yeah.
And we're without
Chris.
our least popular co-host.
That is true. He is the least popular.
We are with our new most famous co-host, Andy Kroll. Hello. Oh, there's Chris.
Oh, he's got the sound effect deck. That's so good. Shall I move? No, you should probably go.
So I'm just trying to smooth this out a little bit by having some animation, some transition, so that like the words that were recently spoken kind of are fading. So you end up with like more than just the current word. You get like a trail. So as stuff's moving, you can kind of see it, and adds a little bit of movement to the page. But it's not quite working that way. Annoyingly. I'm guessing the node is being completely replaced, you know, when this changes. Which kind of means that there is no way of doing the transition on it. Because it's a new node, like it has no context that it recently had that content inside of it. Which is a shame. It would have been nice to have that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it because if I click play at this point, what you'll notice here is it closed the entire DOM, I guess, for that section. So we're up here now, and that thing paused, you know, that to apply. I do wonder, because that's almost re-rendering the entire node. I don't really want it to have to re-render the entire node. It makes me wonder if the speaker plugin.
This is remote Ruby.
Have you any remote idea?
Okay, that's not getting called. That's fine. We are having to do this, I guess. Also.log update node. So one of the things that's happening here is that we end up having to rebuild our entire node every time. This gets cool because we return false. And I guess we could try return true here, but that means we would need to potentially rebuild our select element, our time element, if needed. Getting prepped for my nth meeting of the day. We'll catch up in a bit, no worries. Hope you have a good meeting. All from earlier. So I set this to true. The problem now is I won't get any updates for the speakers. That was a very loud, crinkly bottle. Nothing good about my meetings recently. All me complaining about services going down, certs expiring. Ugh. Or someone changing cert paths and not telling us. I'm guessing I get the same things here, right? This is for our segment view, which is just a node view. Node decorations, inner decorations. Node decorations. This dot speakers is that. No, let's just apply updates to the... No. Shift V, space Y, 35J, track.openai, help me build the update function for this ProseMirror node view. We're going to cheat. That's a nice way of doing it. We query for select element. I think we can. I think we just need the replace child. I don't think we. Element dot class list add timestamp. I mean, I could. I can tidy this up. I think there's a way of refactoring that's nicer, but I mean, whatever, right? And I don't need to do anything with this paragraph because that's just going to deal with itself. So it's really just updating those and making sure that has the right information. And so the node element also has this get pos. Do I care about that? Probably, because I think the... Yeah. I think I have to do this .dom .class list dot but I kind of need to reset the class list. What about updating the class list of the DOM? Yeah, it should. So it needs updating. I don't think I really care about checking for changes. It would be more performant, sure, but like whatever, right? I guess I could, yeah, I guess I could select. $0 list dot remove $0 list. What on earth is this value? Oh, I see. Dot to array, is that a array dot from $0.class list. Dot remove. Now just do $0 list dot value. No. But I could do array from $0 class list.
Watch my life pass me by, never knowing where I belong in the web of love and
$0.
as you string me along and I can't breathe, I can't see, I'm losing sight of everything I feel, the walls closing in.
It's still there, but I think that's because it re-renders it from that. Yes, class list. Replace. I don't know what the old tokens were to be able to remove them. But I kind of need to remove all of them and then reapply the ones that I want. So I think what I'm doing here is essentially this .dom.class list .remove this array from this .class list and then add the new class names based on what the new node is, which I've already set. So is that correct? So yeah, I guess we weren't at that stage of testing it just yet. When the update function gets called, we check to see if we've changed type. If we haven't changed type, fine, we can probably apply the updates. The things we need to update is the, I mean, I don't even need the get pos on the, I don't need that. That isn't being used. So we'll remove it. But we have our class list. Then we have our two elements, our time and our select. We're just rebuilding those completely from the ground up and replacing them. They're only tiny elements. And that's it. And then we can return true. Changed Bobby. That's not updating. Chris 1. That does update. Obviously, if I set it to Bobby and then refresh, that changes. It changed back just then, but it's not changing again, so console.log update node decorations. Let's just refresh that. See what's going on. Right, Bobby update node atters speaker 1 node atters speaker 0. We take that node and we set it to the node that's stored here. But I wonder, like, this node class names, is that always just returning the same thing because of the get? Possibly. So a way of testing that would be to console log it. You can see what's being console logged. This node class names. We refresh, we set to Bobby. Except mango. Except lavender. Except rose. Except tan. So we get the right things. Why? Where is the... Oh, there is. Oh, it has both now. The remove isn't working because I have to spread them. Chris. Okay. Bobby. Okay. That introduces a little bit of lag. I guess I could go in here and change inside the quotes and just do ... colors. Colors is not defined. Oh, because it's like segment view dot colors or something like that. Is it static? So it is working, but there's this like god atrocious lag. Is the lag because of these? Or is it because I'm console logging stuff? Because console logging stuff can often... Nice. Okay. I think that's better. And also when I set in here and go Christoph, that instantly updates pretty quickly. And also what's not happening now is this isn't moving. Before, when we return false, which effectively invalidates all the code that we just wrote, what would have happened before if we were inspecting this element here and then changed this to Christ, we'd be kicked out because all of the nodes would re-render as they tried to figure out whether they needed to update and how they needed to update and what they needed to have so Chris's becomes Christ and all that sort of stuff. Whereas now we apply our updates And rather than rebuilding the DOM, we just manipulate the bits of the DOM that need to be updated. It's nice. Does that also mean these will effectively not get re-rendered? I press play.
Is remote Ruby.
Yes.
Have you any remote ideas as to the meaning of the word?
So now the problem is the thing is there for so short of a time that actually you never see it. So I think we actually need to go in here because utterance node doesn't exist anymore. Pretty sure that's gone. But 300 milliseconds. So even 300 milliseconds might be not enough.
This is remote Ruby.
Have you any remote ideas as to the meaning of the word?
We're live at
Yes.
the Rails World after party. Yeah, we can close the door.
Yeah.
And we're without
Chris.
our least popular co-host.
That is true. He is the least popular.
We are with our new most famous co-host.
So there is a fade,
There's
but it still doesn't quite achieve what I was hoping for. But now we do actually have the ability to kind of control some of this with our CSS. And we've also optimized the performance of a few things. What can I do with CSS transition? You know? Transition delay, transition timing function, transition behavior. What does that do? What's discrete mean? Properties values are not additive and interpolation swaps from the start value to the end value at 50%.
Thought I told you I
Hmm.
can't find the words, nothing makes sense. Thought I told you I've been trying to reach over the fence. I try even when I shut down. All I want is to give this a meaning. When I move, let it come from a feeling. Give something back for the air that I'm breathing. Each step I keep holding my ground. I try even when I shut down. Each step I keep holding my ground. I try, 'cause I'm staying
This is remote Ruby.
Have you any
that I need to run just a little.
It's the Rails World after party. Yeah, we can close the door.
Yeah.
And we're without
Chris.
Well, I'm trying to grab a different meeting that I'd uploaded, maybe this one, and see what that looks like. Again, might need to change the audio volume level.
Are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to me. Welcome everybody. This is the Q3 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We talk about what we shipped, numbers, and what we're up to next. We're going to do that for two products that we have. Number.com, an e-commerce website we built to help people sell stuff on the internet. Ebooks, courses, post-trade brushes, all
Okay.
sorts of digital
I mean, it
content.
works.
We have a product called Flexile to help pay freelancers cash, equity, and dividends. Q3 of 2020 was awesome. $41 million in creator earnings, 2.245.
Can I let go? Lose the fear of what I still can't see.
I wonder if I could do Also like outline. There's something about outline. Don't know what I'm doing there. Yeah, so I can add a bit more to the outside. Like adding a padding without actually affecting the thing. And then also border radius. Like 4 pixels maybe, just to add a bit of a style element to it. I think I also have to do outline, outline. I don't know what this word outline is in my head for some reason. Transparent. And we'll have that move up, and then we'll have outline color set to that as well.
Board meetings are in the news recently. People are curious what happened. Welcome everybody. This is
Okay. And now the color is something that I don't love right now. UI colors.app. We will find a new color. We'll find Shift Command C. Oh, Shift Command C. Command C. Shift. Oh, Command C. Where is my color picker? Did that put it in my clipboard? There. Holding Alt puts it in my clipboard. Anyway. I was wondering, like, maybe just something lighter. We're currently at 300. 100 might work. Maybe even 50. I think we'll jump across. Change to there. Paste that in. Change to there. Paste that in. Refresh. To take the edge off it and make it a bit more.
Are in the news recently. People are curious what happened. Welcome everybody. This is Q3 2023.
With outline, can I set different, like, outline width? Outline inline. CSS outline properties. Why am I on W3 Schools? W3 Schools used to be the place to go back in day, but I think outline is just the same all the way around. Yeah. I guess I could do box shadow if I wanted to do something different, which was kind of the same. I guess it should also be relative to the font size, so I'm like maybe 1M. 1M is ridiculous. 0.25. Again, ridiculous. 0.2. 0.1. Is that not what I had? Yeah, that works, I think.
are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to these. Welcome everybody. This is a Q3 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We talk about numbers and what we're up to next. We're going to do that for two products that we have, number.com, e-commerce website. We built to help people sell stuff on it.
That's quite cool. I like that I can move this around and it'll jump to different places. I wonder what else we can do. I wonder if we can refine this slightly. There's a few things I still want to tweak on this feature. Again, I guess one of the things I need to do is make sure that the initial information is correct, because at the moment I'm just randomly setting 8, you know, I could set 0. That wouldn't entirely be accurate. So if I go here and then do transcript, editor target, and then we could set audio or just player. And then we can go up here, add player to our list of targets. List.player target.current time. Then when I refresh, it should use the correct time. I don't know why it's taking forever to load. Again, performance is something that we need to take a look at some point. But hey.
Read 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We talk about what we ship, the numbers, and what we're up to next. We're going to do that for two products that we have, number.com, the e-commerce website.
Nice. Okay, cool. So that mostly does it. I think one of the things that would be nice to do is let's just look at the audio media player audio. Or can I type? You know, like I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Events. I want to check the events out. Time update event is fired when the time indicated by the current time attribute has been updated. The event frequency is dependent on system load, but will be thrown about 4 Hz to 66 Hz, assuming the event handlers don't take longer than 250 milliseconds to run. They're encouraged to vary the frequency of the event based on system load and average cost of processing the event each time. So UI updates are not any more frequent than the user agent can comfortably handle while decoding the video. So hopefully it's fairly quick, because all we're really doing is just saying, yep, throw that into the state. The problem is the state then updates, and I don't know how much that's coupled to this specific action. They shouldn't really be done, like it should be fairly quick. Seeked. Seeking. Fine. I think we might be done with the current time thing there.
We built to help people sell stuff on the internet, ebooks, courses, Procreate brushes, all sorts of digital content. Started in 2011, and we have a product called Flexile to help pay freelancers cash, equity, and dividends. Q3 of 2020 was awesome. $41 million in creator earnings, $2.245 million in net income, annualized 9.8 or so million. We might break 10 million in net income this year. It's going to be close. This is what the financials tend to look like when I see them from our accounting firm, our CFO. Steven sends this to me, and I thought it'd be cool to highlight what, if you're running a business, that you generally get. Give them a pause and take a look. This is the retained net income to the company. The purple should be net income per month.
What's nice about this is when I changed this to the new format, we moved everything over, and so we updated the segments, so now it actually has these broken down into different segments, so there's like paragraphs in there almost. That wasn't working before. This would have been one big block for sale. Again, one of the things I'm not... Like, I keep playing it and just watching because I want to see how well it's getting each word and whether it's easy enough. Like, does it do enough to follow? Like, is it good enough? You know?
You can see that we started the company.
Because it does skip a couple of words because it's really tied to whether the browser is going to send the update event. And some of these words, like most, right? Like it skipped most, but when you look at most, again, I really should just add. Let's go in over here and add in the up here, isn't it? Class, and then we'll do node. Yeah. Start node dot matters start. I guess technically it's mark. Does it know? I mean, it's a mark. Mark atters start and end. Can I do this? I didn't complain. I don't think so. Can I do underscores and will they get converted over? Probably not. Nope. Okay, so now I can actually see the information in there. I'm just going to play through some of the audio and we'll just capture something. Like in happens so quickly. It's like 0.4 of a sec, 0.04 of a second. Wait, are these milliseconds? I think they are. It's not like... Oh no, where were we recently? This one, yeah. So we're 3 seconds in. So yeah, well these are seconds, yeah, so it's 0.04 of a second. So unless the player is like dunk, 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 we're gonna skip a couple of words. You know, I wonder whether it's worth adding the words a little bit so that we're in the region of, you know. Don't know why I went over there. And really, it's in here, isn't it? Okay. Had short words with 0.5 seconds. If the word end minus the word start is less than 0.5 seconds, then we'll widen our word. And I wonder if that's just going to help pull in every word. Most words are less than 0.5 of a second, it would seem. Let's see, like what's 27.229 minus 26.819. Maybe 0.4, you know, 0.4. This is giving us a little bit of scope, you know, to capture a few more words together, which is, I guess, a bit more close to what I was trying to achieve. I wish the words that was like not necessarily in the thing had some different We are going to have an ad in about 50 seconds. Have ads just on their automatic schedule so that we avoid pre-rolls, and sometimes I also go take a quick break. I may do that this time. But we'll see. I think that's quite an extensive addition, so maybe we just reduce the addition that we're adding as well. Perhaps I could do a little thing at the top here that's like let padded, like I could potentially add some other stuff in here that just refines it. I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I'm probably spending too long on this one tiny thing. Yeah, I think that looks decent enough. Basically saying if the word end minus the word start is less than 0.4, then we'll add padding, otherwise we'll leave it. I think that just helps a little bit. Perhaps we could refine this down to like 3.5. Words like in is really the main thing here. But even here, 2.19 minus 2.15, 0.04. Oh, I mean, like, yeah. Okay, let's, like, this probably just refined it down enough.
Board meetings are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to these.
I really wanted to see the in.
Are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to these. Welcome everybody. This is the Q3 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We'll talk about
Words like and that. Like, I guess this is where perhaps we do want them to be added more. There's almost a sliding scale where the shorter the word, the more we want it padded to a degree.
board meetings are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to these. Welcome everybody. This is the Q3 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We'll talk about what we flipped the numbers and what we're up to next. We're going to do that for 2 products.
Oh my, that one. I think we're getting close, and I think I'm going to probably commit this code and review it very shortly.
Are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to these. Welcome everybody. This is the Q3 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We'll talk about what we flipped the numbers and what we're up to next. We're going to do that for 2 products that we have at Dumber.com, e-commerce website. We built to help people sell stuff on the internet. We built courses, book records, all sorts of content started in 2011. We have a product called Lifestyle that helps pay freelancers cash and equity in dividends. Q3 of 2023 was awesome. $31 million in creator earnings. 2.8.
Nice. I think, yeah, we check out what we've got. Let's stage it all. We added some stuff to there. We added our new highlight plugin. I think we can go in here. But I don't think that we need to do data start. We do need to add the word. So the class named span. We added the CSS for highlighting the word. We've got our plugin. We have our player. We have our highlight plugin with the current time, and then when the player updates, we highlight the current words with the current time. On that event, the highlight plugin creates decoration sets, applies those sets in the appropriate way. Segment view we updated so that it updates so that we can apply the CSS properly. And then we added the ability to, well, that just got reformatted, and then this bit was just adding the timestamp so we could target it, and then that's that. So I think that's probably committable. Feature, introduce new feature, highlight words as they are played in the player. And we'll push it. Sweet. Now, one of the things I noticed earlier was that the minutes generator is a bit broken because we were using the transcript parser to text, which is not. So I think this is specifically for the thing. Fine. But now this is in the new format. Document content. I don't need to do that. Where are we using this? We're using it here, we're defining it there, and we're using it there. Right. So this doesn't need to be updated. I don't need to chunk now. And that uses the build entry method in here. So the document has type, content. This takes a segment. And change to there, we'll go segment dot dig matters speaker label equals that. Change the speaker label, delete to there. Change inside brackets, speaker label. Segment content map. This is just the body without the timing information. So delete to the, or change inside those brackets, and then we'll go node, and we will return node.text. Dot strip. We don't want any white space at the ends. And then this will be dig marks 0 start, and then if there is 1, 2f, 1's 1000. In fact, I think I can just do all of this with dig. Segment.dig content 0.
Why am I lonely? Why am I lonely when you're here, right there beside me, touching and holding, but I don't feel anything that's real inside myself, baby.
I should be able to go to TXT to get it right. Yeah. Sepaka. Where did I? Yeah, this one. Speaker label. Undefined method text for type text board. Yeah, obviously. Text. Undefined method. Yeah, because this is null. Or what do I do here, right? Like, I guess it's all 0, and then 0 times by 1,000 will be 0. Not really sure why it's justified like that, but hey. All of the start times are wrong. Let's set the body to segment.dig. Oh yes, of course. This is atters. I thought I was missing something there. As that was, you know. There we go. Because this is what gets fed into the minutes generation. So when I go into here and click generate minutes, that is what gets fed to OpenAI. I'm guessing this broke in some way. Oh no, it's doing it. It's doing it. It's going. Cool. Did I go back? Oh, I did. I did those. It's gonna, yeah. And this is something that I picked up yesterday. I was talking through a feature I built offline, so I needed to use this. The agenda actually gets fed into the minutes generation now. So these action points here, they weren't discussed in the meeting, but they are kind of here in the minutes because they were in the agenda, and the prompt kind of been refined a bit more to make sure that it covers those agenda points in the minutes that are generated. It's nice. I like it. That resolves that problem. Bug fix. Transcription with text. Don't know what's going on here. Why can't I? Pressing W, not Q. Hey. Sweet. I mean, there is still something weird about that, but I think we had that problem before, which was just, yeah, we need to figure out how to get first. I need to spend some time at some point reviewing. Like, I think we're coming up to a point of refactor and performance monitoring checks. You know, we probably need to do a couple of streams on performance and refactoring, and just reviewing some of our models and all of that sort of stuff, because we've done a lot recently and it's kind of all building up, and there's a lot of stuff that's just maybe a bit broken or a bit kind of not quite working right now. It's mostly working, but there's just a lot of mess around, and we need to tidy up the kitchen, keep working. There's also a few more things I want to do in this space. Obviously, I've got the play marker now.
Are in the news recently. People are curious what happened to these. Welcome
Again, why is that gone?
Board meetings
There we go.
are in the news recently. People are curious.
I
what
just needed
happened.
to refresh.
Welcome everybody. This is the Q3 2023 board meeting. If you haven't been to a board meeting before, welcome. We'll talk about what we shipped for numbers and what we're up to next. We're going to do that for two products that we have. Number.com, an e-commerce website we built to help people sell stuff on the internet. Ebooks, courses, Procreate brushes, all sorts of digital content started in 2011. And we have a product called Flexile to help pay freelancers cash equity.
So it's been a little while since we.
Q3,
I feel like we're kind of building up a bunch of stuff that we want to do. What?
creator earnings, 2.2
All right, GitHub. You know, I just want to
annualized
stop.
9.8 or so million. We might break 10 million in net income this year. It's going to be close. This is what the financial
just
statements
leaking
tend to look like. I
information.
see them from our accounting firm, our CFO Steven sends this to me, and I thought it'd be cool.
A good chunk of my phone number.
If you're running a business, so you generally get, you can pause and take a look. This is the retained net income to the company. The purple should be net income per month. You can see that we started the company and we have this exponential up into the bottom right. What most startups, when you hire a bunch of people faster and faster, you don't grow the net income of the company. That's not the goal. You're trying to grow as fast as possible, which is how the entire
That wasn't even the project I wanted to go to. You know, just
growth at all costs.
must experiment.
Going bankrupt. Since January, in about 10 months, we've
Oh,
almost
again.
reversed all of that. Hopefully, if that line keeps going,
Oh
you'll
dear,
see
what's going
net
on?
retained
Here we go.
earnings go positive. The significance of this is that
Thank you.
we'll pay taxes because if you
So the next thing that might be nice to do, have some sort of auto scroll. But let's just check our issues, because we fix refresh of transcription. We haven't done that yet. Set up mission control, transcription editor is broken. I think we fixed it, you know? Like, fixed with refactor and removal of tip tap. Beautiful. I think we should set up mission control, you know? So this is, we are using SolidQ for our jobs. We don't have any observability other than AppSignal, which actually I've let expire. I'm kind of, since we've not launched yet, I just don't really need the observability at that level right now. I've got some other things in place as well, so I can, like, I know no one's really using it right now because it's half of it's kind of turned off anyway. People land on the page. I don't know how, you know. Sometimes the internet just, stuff happens, people just appear in Canada and wherever. But anyway, so I don't really have any observability over the jobs, and so I think we should probably check out this Now, I will need some way of admin access to this UI, but this allows me to see a job of like what's going on and what jobs we're running. So I think we'll give this a go and then we'll probably move on to some other stuff tomorrow. Bundle add mission control job. I'll install it, and then once we've done that, we'll then have to mount this. May as well format that appropriately. So now we should have a route called /jobs. Makes sense. Control B do, Control C, restart our services now that we have done that. Now we can see failed jobs, 3 failed jobs a month ago. We can see the errors about why those failed. We can discard them or ask them to be retried. We can see there's 933 finished jobs. This gives us a visibility over like all of the stuff. A lot of this is like broadcast streams, you know, there's a good chunk of those. We can see them by job, we can see which ones failed. Actually really useful, especially these ones where like the analyzed jobs weren't working or whatever, right? So the next thing, I can't just push this live because it means that anyone would have access to this. That would be bad. So the next thing I need to do is set some sort of authentication. It says you can specify a different controller as the base class for mission controllers. Oh, okay, that's quite nice. I like that. Do we set it in here? Or in your environment config or application RB? Okay, fine. Set that in some place. We'll probably have some sort of admin controller then, I suppose. Oh, you can actually support things like rescue in here. That's quite cool. Fine, so I need to set up a admin controller and add some sort of authentication to that admin controller. At the moment we only have the application controller, RB, has a bunch of stuff in here. So I guess I probably want a new admin controller that kind of extends on this. Admin controller RB class admin controller extends the application controller. I'll have a before action. And then I just need to work out how I'm adding this admin. Admin. I guess what I'll do here is do Rails G migration add admin tool to user. Before I do that, let's just check the schema. Nothing like that already on here. 3 back-to-back meetings within an hour. Within the hour. Ouch. That's not fun. Rails G migration add admin bool to user admin booling. Add column uses admin boolean. Default false, null false. Rails DB migrate. Rails C, and we can do user.first. Admin. False. First. The update. Admin. True. User first admin. True. False. Now I have a way of creating admins. The default's going to be false. And then I will then go to our admin controller. I think the other actions are run first. And the doorbell rang during the last one and no one was at the door when I got there. Oh. Did they leave a note or was it delivery? I remember you saying as well that you're like a couple of floors up or something. I think I'm gonna go back to here. User.first update admin. False. I want to test that I can't access this now. Hang on, I've not finished doing what I was supposed to do. I need to set this to admin controller. No clue. Didn't say anything on the step, and the door is open because the neighbour's doing building works and the building's in and constantly up. Hopefully, it was nothing, and you just missed what would have been maybe some spam or someone trying to sell something. You get much of that in like London, in that part of the world? People knocking on doors trying to sell stuff. We don't get it too often here, but occasionally will someone come around and try and sell a conservatory or windows or some random thing. But I can't imagine many people in London are in need of a conservatory. Depending on what part of London. I think I need to restart the server. Usually someone trying to collect for charities. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Undefined local variable or method current user. Well, that might be the case.
does not excuse the way we've paved a void and made ourselves confused.
It's current user. So I can do admin controller. Current dot user. Root path is probably not the right thing, I guess, because it's root path within this context of this thing. So, like, there's two root paths depending on what you're on. Home. Yeah, I don't want. Guess I could just do meetings path. Redirect to meetings path. Unless the current user is an admin. In which case, if you try to go to jobs, no route matches. I did once get asked if I needed a cleaner, but was ill at the time, so I started coughing and sneezing at the door. There's a big glass window and walked off. They were like, oh, I don't want to clean that. Yeah, cleaners and stuff like that makes sense. We don't get many people coming around asking to be a cleaner. Maybe once in a blue moon someone will come by. Main app. I don't think this is a thing, but sure, you know. Oh no, it is. It works. So now if I try to go to jobs, I'm not an admin, I get kicked out, you know. And then if I go in here, and update me to an admin, glorious admin, access the jobs. I think I can go in here and undefined status. Okay. There's a lot of big houses in my area, so they probably think everyone on the street are well off. I don't know why those ones don't work. Guess we'll discard them. Undefined method status. Do I perhaps need to... What have we done? Solid queue needs updating to 0.2.1. So, exit there. Bundle update solid queue. Or, you know, update everything. Control C, Reload. Start stuff back up. Looks like it's all working. And now we can check. Oh, cool. So now I can actually see the things that went wrong. And you get access to raw data, which is nice, and I can discard them when I'm like, okay, those ones are gone. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Discard all. Cool. I can pause the jobs and stuff. Nice. Okay. What I do? Added mission control jobs. Added that. Added our admin controller. Set that in our application. Added the routes. Like added admin as a column. The schema. Feature. Add mission control for jobs. Use. Push that. What else are we going to do? I don't think if there's any other small little jobs that I might want to pick up on here. Oh. Because it's 0, these all have 0 as the time. So there's a bug there that we need to fix. I do need to decide how to handle the manually entered words. You know, as soon as I press play, that'll clear up. But what is the actual best method for handling these? Should I underline them in some way? Should I decorate them in some way? Or should I just kind of do something else with them? You know, I need to figure that out.
I can go anywhere, walk the desert in the sun, lost and I don't care. I'm feeling lighter.
I'm also going to be right back. Just a moment. I'll back in a moment. We're back. We are back. And there was something I just saw. I wanted to pick up on, actually, which was tweet about a gem not seen before, but I find interesting as this one. So this isn't one we actually need right now, but might need at some point. Naming is horrible, and people never actually enter the names in the correct case. There's a whole bunch of people that just do all lowercase. Really annoying because the UI looks horrible. Someone's come up with a gem that solves the issue of casing names from user submitted data. And then you end up with names like McDonald's, right, which should be capitalized in this way. So I'm curious as to what this is and how this works, because I find names, and this is quite an old gem actually, but yeah, this is really hard to get right. So I'm curious as to what they're doing. Oh wow, okay. They kind of cover all the different potential variations of like D, das, dos, del, el, la. That's quite cool, because I mean I've worked on platforms before, and just this problem of like initializing names is a real pain. I don't know why you would ever turn any of these off. It's one of the reasons why I don't ever now, like, if I'm building any sort of interface, I don't store data as like first name, last name, because some people don't have, some people just have one name. Names are horrible to try and normalize for data. You just have the one field, text. Try not to do stuff to it. This actually looks okay. Interesting. I'm going to bookmark this for future reference, because actually, you know, that's actually quite useful. Anyway, what was we doing here? Yeah, I need to figure out what I want to do about words that are manually entered. Do I highlight them in some way? Do I try and work out what the timing information would be based on the timing information around them? Can I estimate the time of a word? Like, is there some way of like estimate word length? But if I write a whole essay in here, should that move the timing information of all of the other words after? That sounds like a pain. Like, do I just try and do everything at a segment level, in which case I need to restructure the entire format of everything and then try to figure out how long the segment is and then work out the words in the middle and loosely approximate? That sounds like a recipe for disaster for the stuff that already has timing information. I need to have a think about that. I guess I could have some sort of like right click, manually add start and end, but I don't know if I need to go to that level of detail for what I'm trying to do. We're not building a subtitle engine, so I mean, maybe this could become a subtitle engine. So I think tomorrow's session, I'd like to spend a little bit of time on being able to like jump to certain points in the timeline and have the timeline, not timeline, but the transcription, jump to points on the transcription by clicking on times like here. If I want to go to jump to the first thing Jasmine said, I should be able to click here and it automatically take me and highlight me into the right place. So that's something I'd like to do. But equally, if I end up doing something like this, where I add Bobby in, now thinks Bobby's at 0 seconds, so I need to figure that out as well. Okay. But yeah, that would be quite a nice thing to work on next. And then I think once we've done that, probably do need a round on refactoring, tidying, and then we can get back into some of the other things. We've got this upload formats, video and audio. At the moment, I think we just allow any audio file, but you know, AWS Transcribe doesn't support all audio files. I don't know what happens if I upload a video file. Like, that's going to be a bit weird. Refresh the transcription. I need to make sure that's working. Yeah, but I think we've made some good progress today. We've got this word highlighting. So today we did word highlighting, got that all kind of tidied up and clean, and then we added mission control, and then we also improved the update performance of the nodes. Oh, there was something else, but that might have been it. Oh, we fixed the bug as well with the transcription parsing. Nice. Yeah, I think that'll do for today. I'm going to wrap it up there. Be streaming again tomorrow, similar time. Might start earlier, start a little bit later again today. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. It's been good. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.